So the latest leaks and spoilers of JJK is finally here, and if you are a Sukuna fan, you are definitely going to like this chapter because not only that Sukuna is looking strong in this chapter, he activated his domain expansion, and he goes and activates the flaming arrow curse technique that we haven't seen since Shibuya. And things are not looking good for Yuji because not only that Sukuna, when he activated his domain expansion, he was able to cut off Yuji's leg, one of his leg, and things are not really looking good. And the worst part about this is that JJK is going to be on break next week, so we're going to have to wait to see what's going to happen. So we can't wait until next week. We're going to have to wait longer to see the results of what's the outcome is going to happen. But I want to make a corrections for my last video because my last video I did stated that Yuji hit 8 black flashes. It's actually 7, and that Sukuna is the uncle of Yuji and Yuji is the nephew of Sukuna. So I just want to just make that correction. But let's focus on the beginning of the chapter, as it stated that the reverse curse technique cycle was due to be in his awakened state, and Sukuna was supposed to regenerate his arms, but he couldn't due to the fact that Yuji kept hitting him with black flashes. So he couldn't even use the reverse curse technique or regenerate his reverse curse technique output. So while Yuji was hitting him with the black flashes, he was hitting him right in between Sukuna and Megami's soul. So Sukuna was tired of getting hit with black flashes, so he activated his malevolent shrine domain expansion. And this is something that everyone was trying to avoid and hoping that Sukuna won't activate this. But everything that's surrounding Sukuna starts to get slashed. So this domain is literally powerful. And we can just see based on the leaks that all the buildings that surrounding it is turning to dust. And so the narration says, despite including in a certain element, including a binding vow, Sukuna has replicate the malevolent shrine without dropping its effective range and the output after experiencing the black flashes. So then we go into a flashback as Hikari is trying to teach and implement the reverse curse technique and a countermeasures to a domain for this fight. As Chozo says that it's about the reverse curse technique, and he and Yuji can manage somehow, as Yuji is wondering how. As Chozo asks the reverse curse technique user, how do they actually compensate for the blood when they regenerate their body, as Hikari and Yuji couldn't answer. But Shoko says that she converts the curse energy into blood, as Hikari said that his reverse curse technique is automatic, and Yuji says that he just goes by instinct. And then Chozo says that his body allow him to convert his curse energy into blood. If Yuji consumed the remaining brothers, then he can gain their curse technique and the same properties as Chozo. So Chozo also goes downstairs to use reverse curse technique, which is a large amount of curse energy consumption, and it is also not to concern them, as due to their special bodies. So Chozo asks Yuji to be paired with someone who can use reverse curse technique when they do the body swap training, as Yuji is confused, and Yu revealed that with the help of his curse technique, he can even swap souls in between human beings. Now that's really interesting because Yuji, now he can revert his curse energy into blood, and now he has that ability thanks to the fact that he consumed the remaining of his brother, because he's able to actually have that technique. And it was also interesting and cool to see that Chozo was able to teach him that. And not only that, but he's able to do the body swap and able to swap the body and soul into another human being, which is really interesting. So we continue on with the flashback as it says that Kusasabe said that since Sukuna took over Yuji's body and used his curse technique, Yuji's body now remember the jujutsu of special grade. So they can plan and do some soul swapping training as Kusasabe will be the first to swap with Yuji's soul and to teach him the basic cursed energy manipulation in a simple domain to Yuji's body. As Yui asks them to think wisely to make sure that the pair of the soul swapping training, because with a limited of 1 month, he can only swap twice in this duration. So damn. So this really does make sense because Yuji can't not be a prodigy. So the fact that Yuji, he just can't swap anybody's soul willy-nilly. He just only has a certain limit at that time because he only has 1 month of training because he didn't really master that technique. But not only that, but it's really interesting, and it also feeds back into the fact that what Gojo stated, that Yuji will learn and know Sukuna's techniques. So it's just pretty much stated that any soul that Yuji does the body swap, he will learn that curse technique. So Yuji used the new Shadows style simple domain against Sukuna's domain, as Yuji noticed that Sukuna's domain is incomplete and there are some loopholes that he can endure it. As the narration revealed that Sukuna can't maintain a high level domain for a long time and also cannot capture Maki, who has no cursed energy within his domain. As Sukuna Malevolent Shrine begins to collapse after 99 seconds, Yuji, Maki, Ino, Chozo tries to endure the rampage, but Sukuna goes on ahead and his slashes goes through as Yuji's simple domain barrier begins to crack and it couldn't withstand Sukuna's domain expansion slashes. As Yuji gets slashes and he loses one of his foot, his left foot. This man lost a foot. But Yuji still is unfazed and he noticed that the slashes has stopped and he thinks that their enduring has outlast. But Sukuna goes on ahead and he activate a new technique, a technique that we haven't seen in a long time, and he brought out the flames. So we all know what's going to happen next. And Sukuna looks pissed. Sukuna looks like he is ready to go on ahead and unleash this sucker. And the chapter just literally ends as we see the hands of Sukuna's about to activate that flaming arrow technique. And man, so everyone is cooked at this moment because the fact that Yuji lost a foot, but it showcased that Sukuna is still weak. Sukuna's not fully regenerated because his domain actually collapsed and is incomplete in 99 seconds. So they still has a chance to win, but it looks like Sukuna is taking this fight really, really serious. So I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next, because probably the next chapter we probably might see Yuji do the flaming arrow technique, since it's stated that, since you're part of Yuji's body, he knows your technique. So this is going to be very, very interesting. But let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this latest leaks and spoilers of JJK. Sorry if this video was long, but man, this was just 100% crazy. But if you guys do like the video, hit the like and subscribe button. And remember, always be decent. Just a monotone man. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be safe and be decent, y'all.